And joining us now to discuss more about the released U.S. nationals and the prisoner swap is Congressman Carlos Giménez. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us tonight. First, what is your reaction to the news of these nationals coming home? And are any of them from the Miami area that you represent?
You know, this is such breaking news that I don't know if any of them are from Miami. I wouldn't be surprised if they were because, there's a lot of travel back and forth between Miami and Venezuela, or at least there used to be. And so I'm very happy that 10 Americans are coming back home again and that we were able to get this swap deal done.
You mentioned you're not sure whether, any of them were from the Miami area or your district, but were you aware or involved in any of these dealings?
No, I wasn't. And so, hats off to Secretary of State Marco Rubio for what he did and accomplished. And I know that the president of El Salvador was also very much involved in this deal. And so we get 10 of our Americans back, and then 250 or so Venezuelans go back to Venezuela from that prison in El Salvador. From what I understand, all or if not most of those were gang members, Tren gang members. And so Maduro gets some of his people back.
Well, you've been very vocal and relentless critic of the Maduro regime in Venezuela. The Miami Herald is reporting that, quote, for the government of Nicolas Maduro, the deal offered not only the return of detained Venezuelans, but also a possible opening to normalize economic ties, or particularly in the crucial oil sector. Congressman, do you think that this is, in fact, an effort to normalize relations with the oil-rich South American nation?
I hope it's not an effort from us to normalize relations with them. I think it may have been a way, because I'm trying to figure out why would Maduro want 250 gang members back. And I think it's a way for him to say, look, I can cooperate, you can deal with me. And so, why don't you lift some of the sanctions? Why don't you allow Chevron to continue to explore oil in my country and sell it, while at the same time giving me a big chunk of the profits? And so I'm totally against that. Maduro is an illegitimate leader. There is a duly elected president of Venezuela. His name is not Nicolas Maduro. It's Edmundo Gonzalez, and that's who we should be dealing with. And so, but I do think that there's something else going on here with this prisoner swap.
Well, my last question for you, because I want to zoom out here. Do you think it's a possibility that the Trump administration will send more deportees to the maximum security facility in El Salvador now that the others have been handed over to Venezuela? What happens from here?
Well, I think, look, the only ones that I think should go there, and I think that have gone there, are folks that are gang members. And we know that we've had an invasion of Tren and other gang members in the United States during the Biden administration years, and we need to get them out of the country. And so, criminals and gang members don't belong here, and they need to go back home. Venezuela wasn't willing to take them, and so they were shipped to a third country, which is totally legal thing to do. And so, does that leave a spot? Yeah, maybe, but it should be that prison should be reserved for pretty hardened criminals.
All right, Florida Congressman Carlos Giménez, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.